Actually, my web browser for everything. Looks like X is going, or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Elon Musk should not have renamed it. He likes the letter X too much. Not to mention, what do you call a video on X? Don't say X video, because that is, of course, the largest pornography site. Look, everything's booting on up. Remove and activate the chat windows. And looks like that's all good. Yep, I think I'm good. Oh wait, activate the macros, disable OBS preview to save some resources, and let me go to my other computer, double check the streams. And looks like everything's good to go, so let's go ahead and get started. I do have a replay that's submitted to me, but I'm going to warm up with a 1v1. Oh look, it's the whale camo. Which cause is I really hate that set of skins because it also should have been time frame with a balance patch, but they didn't. But more on that later, or probably never. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another couple heroes to replay straight from Live Games Lobby. Spawn on the right side is the blue OKW player, we got Desmond. Spawn bottom left side is the red USF, we got Rodinho, I think. Either way, we do have one meter Dr. Lock-in, we've got the Heavy Cav Company, and for the OKW player, could I for fortifications? This map may not be half bad for fortifications. Pack 43s behind this hedge line could be a decent defensive position. Wait, can you build Pack 43s in base sectors? I never had to ask that question before because usually you don't want to do that, though a Pack 43 behind here is not bad. And around here as well. And of course, level 18s are always quite reasonable, but against the US, but maybe less so since they're not really support weapon spammer, unless they're me. Also got Fearstorm Doctrine, which is good for if you want to go for a mechanized HQ. I really want to see people go more often for the Opal Blitz supply truck or the Opal Blitz munitions truck there, because it does have the ambulance effect. So that's why I really wish people mechanized opener has just really fallen out of play. But this is the one doctrine that can actually sort of support it nowadays. We do also have Overwatch Doctrine, which is basically a staple. So this is basically going to be the default doctrine probably for this player. Got a third rifle squad on the build queue. Got Kulvog into 2 Volks Grenadiers. And we've got more tank traps being established. We do have rifle squads pulling on some sandbags thanks to the rifleman defensive structures. Sectors, of course, being captured on up. Nothing much to say. They have not fired upon each other just yet, but this may be the first engagement right around here.
Ready for action.
But we do actually have the rifle squad here decapturing the cutoff sector. Very nice. Which deny pretty much all the income barring 2 strategic points. Bit of volley there on the Shroom Pioneers. Looks like got a lot of misses there though. And now the Shroom Pioneers and Kulvog can push right forward. The Kulvog can maintain the capture, or the Shroom Pioneers just take the light cover. Does get the Volks Grenadiers, and nice early retreat. He knows he's not going to win that fight, and you'll probably overall be a Pyrrhic loss. at best, so falling back nice and early was a good call. Now the Kuvalk is here, causing issues with the Rifle Squad, knocking him around. Rifle Squad does get light cover. Kuvalk's close enough, which light cover will not be applied. Got the Volkswagen or Reaction Squad trying to build more tank traps there. He does manage to cancel it. And the Kuvalk may go down, taking a lot of fire from the Rifle Squad. Putting more rounds in it, slowing down, stopped, still being pursued. Rifle Squad hitting the Volkswagen. And Kuvalk does go down.
Grenadier are on the line. The Americans have cut our supply line. Squad, get ready.
Rifle Squad does keep behind some heavy cover there. Volkswagen now advancing, give it damage there on that rifleman. The rest of the squad moving around. But the rest squad behind, or not necessarily behind, but in light cover. And Shooting Pioneer does get inside the garrison. It's not a great garrison to fight from. Volkswagen is behind some good heavy cover there. And got this Volkswagen pushing a little on the flank. And the Russian squad does soft retreat away. So is every model, but no aim to heal them up. Captain upgrade the bar. He's also deployed out the captain. Volkswagen is heading down south. And the Russian squad still has every single model, so it has still full DPS. Not great DPS, but still full DPS. Falls back nice and early to the other squads advancing. Rush squad overrun the Volkswagen throw. Oh, I thought I saw him throwing Incendiary Grenade. He may have thought about throwing Incendiary Grenade there. We do have now the Battle Group HQ there. Our squad behind some heavy cover, so is the Volkswagen. I think the Volkswagen should generally win out, though it looks like only one guy was behind heavy cover, they're behind light cover. Our squad's pretty wounded there. And the Volkswagen do fall back. Captain gets inside the garrison. We do now have a Goliath online. Captain advancing. Rifle squad severely wounded. The US player need an ambulance sooner rather than later, honestly. He's going for an M15. But he needs Captain's all the way up here. Can't force produce an ambulance. He is going for an ambulance now. He's just, a lot of those squads are so wounded and the game is still pretty far away. Captain's on the front line, so can't supervise this deployment. Which is a very handy ability. It's situational though. Sometimes if I don't care for if I have a captain on the field or not, I let the captain take losses and just simply don't reinforce him, utilize supervise ability.
We're losing a capture point.
And that's why, if you don't want to care for the captain, you can have an option of just not. And the Shooting Pioneers do force back the rifle squad. And it looks like you can keep multiple guys at home. There's the healing aura. I understand why you keep them at home. Part of me says you should push forward. It takes too long to get the ambulance on the field. Another part of me says it's too wounded to do anything, so waiting for the ambulance is probably the best course of action. Captain behind some good heavy cover. Black half-track almost deployed in the field. M15 on the field, so got the AA half-track versus Flak half-track. And the Okuda player has gone to the Overwatch auction. Volkswagen do fall back. Black half-track advances towards the sandbags, in range of the sandbags. And does get a pretty good volley there, suppressing the captain immediately. Captain does soft retreat away, very nice. Shooting Pioneers do have this Panic to help them fight the M15. Generally, M15 beats the fight versus the AA half-track. The 251/17. And decides to take time to destroy the sandbags there. Very nice.
Kettenwerfer ready.
We do now have the Kettenwerfer ready. Rifle squad comes that sector there. Do have the Volkswagens moving on the flank.
Boys, you ready to roll out?
And the half track will get a volley on the Volkswagens. Bit of volley there onto the rifleman. Good volley there onto this Volkswagens.
Ready for action. Contact.
And
Enemy infantry.
a half track gets good volley there on the Echelon squad, forces him back. Oh, this Goliath is a right there. Captain now inside the garrison. The Kettenwerfer getting peppered a little bit. Volkswagen could stuck around. Oh, they threw an incendiary grenade. A half track set him up. Black half track fires a volley against the captain. A half track retaliating. Does get a bit of volley there, nothing too significant. The Kettenwerfer advancing. Black half track fires a volley. The Kettenwerfer fires and connects, abandons. Should be easy enough to remove. Oh, even a couple bullets could possibly take it out. Looks like he's forced fire on the ground, so he rolled a whole bunch of misses there. Got now the M1AT gun, pulls back the Volks. Good pen there, needs to keep on falling back. Soon Pioneers are going to push forward and put a pan truck into the A half track. The Kettenwerfer needs to hit the retreat button, and 15 does go down. A little bit messy there by the Okinawa player, but he did come out very well ahead there. Do have now the Jägerlight infantry deployed in the field. No scope rifle squad just yet. Volkswagens in open ground. Rifle squad behind heavy cover. Maybe within point blank, and it's going to be very warm.
My half track is in action. Standing by for setting of command post.
Rifle squad behind some heavy cover. Oh yep, there's the tank trap there, and improv wired off, so he's able to bleed the heavy cover through.
Capture point is being overrun.
Thought I heard a landmine detonation of some sort. Oh, Goliath detonation, that's what I heard. Let's see. There are some body parts there. There's a missing rifle squad, so he may have blew up a rifleman. Very nice.
What the hell am I meant to do with these recruits?
Do also have an early munitions cache, which is honestly sort of strange. He's playing heavy cav. They're known for stockpile munitions, so the US player should really be behind to spend his munitions. He can bring in a ranger, maybe bring in some, he has weapon racks out, so he can go for triple bar rangers or maybe triple bazooka rangers. Triple bazooka rangers quite nice, but I think he needs to go for infantry at least. Howdy. Volkswagens do fall back.
Battalion just released a major for act. The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
M1AT gun fired away somewhere. Maybe just trying to hit some sandbags. Yep, it's hitting the sandbags. Lay down some sand or wire there. Looks like he does get some bars on this rifleman. He also has the major deployed in the field. Nothing else being pulled out just yet. Maybe a regular Sherman tank would be quite nice. We'll go for his set of squad of rangers. May go for Thompsons. Thompsons do cost 90 munitions. Right now he has 80. MG34 on the build queue for the Okinawa player. Give him some good field control. He may decide to deploy it up here. The Kettenwerfer fired somewhere in the tank trap, looks like. MG34 being deployed on this flank. And the Volkswagen is going to advance to some heavy cover there. Good spot there. A half track advancing. Of course, he does have anti-tank rifle grenades. I thought I heard another shot there. Rangers firing away behind some good heavy cover. Major at point blank range. It looks like this guy does fall back there. Trying to force fire the ground with M1AT gun. And the Rangers are behind heavy cover. They are being upgraded with the Thompsons. A half track or a flak half track push way forward. And the Shroom Pioneers are advancing upon the captain. And M1AT gun gets a shot there in the the flak half track, which is a form of AA half track, just not the M15 AA half track. I'm getting all the words mixed up. Reaction squad behind some heavy cover, but he does have a minesweeper, plus also reaction squad, not too particularly great in combat. And the flak half track will receive some repairs with it soon. Got the Jägerlime tree advancing. MG34 in a good position there, hitting the captain now. Does suppress him. The counter hits some wire there. On me onto the Rangers, which will make him immune to suppression. Oh, it does get suppressed there. Apparently it doesn't provide immunity to suppression. It breaks suppression, that's what it was. Not immunity to suppression, my bad. But either way, the MG34 does fall back there. Volkswagens and everything falls back here. Volkswagens firing at max range. The Rangers are in negative cover, so they get ripped apart. They do fall back with 4 models remaining. Does lose 1 model there, but does preserve the manpower. Black half track firing away, suppresses on the captain, who falls back with decent amount of damage on him, so he will be healed on up. The US player has not been bleeding too much manpower this game, thanks to the timely fallbacks. I would totally want to say early fallbacks as well. Most of the time, it's not been early. After all, the captain probably... I usually see 1 man or 2 men with that much health, let alone 4 men. So I think the US player is getting slightly lucky in this situation. Able to get spread out damage. Sherman taking on the build queue, very nice. The OKW player does have a sheer Panzer Quartus, does have Panzer authorization. So probably will see a Panzer IV relatively soon. Just needs some more fuel, at least 1 minute's worth of fuel. He does have the sheer Panzer Quarters. Takes some good damage there. Their range is all the way over there. And putting some rounds onto the tank cap track. Or tank track, black. Taking out some sandbags while at it as well. Very nice. Volkswagen laying out some sandbags. The Jägerlime tree will spot the munitions cache. Sherman taking out Ployd in the field. M1AT gun sieging down the sheer Panzer quarters. Of course, there's a bit of a line sight block here, but incendiary grenade to retaliate. Very nice. So the AT gun needs to fall back. Could be Deathloop there. Because the other guy, one of those guys is pretty wounded. Does not get Deathloop. MG34 tracking that garrison. Needs to hit the retreat button. Flak half track here. Volkswagen is getting ripped apart by the Thompson Rangers. And the MG34 makes it. Yep, will get wiped out there. Sherman tank advance way forward. Pikes with rounds loaded. Does fight a Beckenwerfer. Maybe see a Panzerfaust. Panzerfaust firing. Good Panzerstruck shot there. And that Sherman's down. Very good pick there by the OKW player. A little bit foolish there by the US player. I think the move, it was just, he took 2 Beckenwerfer shots. 3 actually. He sort of danced around in front of a 3rd shot, and then the Panzerfaust Panzerstruck was more enough to finish it off. That means OKW's Panzer IV is going to have free reign on the map. This one does have an M1AT gun, which is quite wounded. Sheer Panzer Quarters being sieged, but also not really. Most of those shots are missing. He's forced to find the ground. You also have a Pack Howitzer. Pack Howitzer is an excellent weapon. Probably my favorite support weapon in the entire game. That and the MG34, those are my favorite support weapons of the game. A weird combination. Either way, we got Volksgrenadiers and the Jägerlime infantry advancing. Major did not need that sort of response. You can send a squad here, and then the other 2 squads go over here. Another MG34 redeployed in the field. Panzer IV advancing. Black half track at this point in time may want to find a more static position. It'd be difficult to micro as the game goes on. and its usefulness is starting to greatly decline. And the Panzer Corps is being quite aggressive. He knows time against Rangers really means 2 doctrines, and which one of them, this one, does offer rifle and landmines. Prioritized fire turned on. He's trying to hunt down the ambulance. This is a strange move there. Since the ambulance is put on this side rather than the middle, anything that falls back this side does not get affected by healing. Pack Howitzer rolls a miss. And when the gun has been healed up, has Veteran C1, so has the incredible, one of the most powerful Veteran C1 abilities. Take aim, combined high rate of fire and saber rounds. It has absurd DPS. Take aim has not been utilized. Ooh, bit of flak burst there on the rear arching squad. Got a lot of AoE damage as they enter the garrison. Rangers now advancing. A quick frag grenade there could be very, very good. No quick frag grenade, maybe Pack Howitzer. Oh no. That could have been really bad if it hit the retreat button. I had a premonition, and sometimes this premonition's right. I think it was going to be very right there. Rangers falling back, has took a bit of damage there. Black half track advancing, and 180 gun here. And siege down the munitions cache. Not a critical thing. Oh, rolls a miss there. Good try. He did decide to go diagonally back home. He's been using some munitions, so he's doing a good job of consuming the munitions. Bars are quite expensive. And yeah, all of his squads are now upgraded, so he should just start spamming out munitions. He shouldn't really be caring about being wasteful. Because Combined Arms is a nice ability, but not ultra powerful, honestly. Straight enough, somewhat difficult to really utilize. Incendiary grenade thrown there. Pack Howitzer will get a good shot there. Good splash damage, forcing him back. He does also have now a Veteran C2 AT gun. A Vet 2 does increase the accuracy, making it a little bit more reliable. Pack Howitzer does fall back, and open hits for receive a couple pounds there from bazookas, drops the bazooka, and does fall back there. Forces fire to the ground and gets a pen there. And rolls a miss there. Good, pretty lucky there.
All sectors, ability.
NG34 does get overran. Nice thing about Heavy Cav Company, well, a very useful ability is the off-map smoke barrage. You want to spend 40 munitions on a doctrine to have very little munitions expenditure, just to have a very responsive smoke barrage. It's very nice.
A capture point is under attack.
Good pen there. He does get out a second AT gun there, which is quite understandable. The mission cache is on fire. And the Veteran C2 AT gun does get decrewed there. Another OKW Panzer IV on the build queue. At this current rate, the US player is having trouble fuel income. He may just need to go for a Jackson. The son of Jack. We do now have Backhouse shot splashing one of the models there. It looks like he's trying to capture the AT gun. And it looks like he missed there. I think he's forced on the ground with an attack move. Backhouse splashes a little bit there on the Shroom Pioneer. Rolls and miss there. Bounce onto the Panzer IV, starting to fall back entirely now. And Major's starting to fall back there as well. Good pen there on the flak half track, starting to fall back now. And rolls a miss there. Thompson Rangers on a very good ambush position. That Volturniers need to fall back. Incendiary grenade there, and Pack Howitzer gets a great shot there. That's going to be wiped out Volks. And decide to fall back there. Now got another SWS half-track on the field, so it looks like he's trying to potentially go towards King Tiger. US player is not going for Jackson. Looks like he's dead set trying to go for a Pershing, which is a nice asset. My apologies if you hear my drink open.
One of our fighting positions is sustaining
Back also
fire.
rolls a miss there. Volkswagen is starting to fall back. And the OKW Kansas 4 on the other side is advancing. It's a good pen there. Volkswagen will escape on out of there. At least one of them. The ambulance does go down. Got some good pens there. It looks like we've received the bounce there. Did not go down there. Has take aim and naval, but out of range.
75mm gun ready for action.
Second pack house is an interesting option.
Enemies are swarming
He's
one of our
using a
emplacements.
barrage order onto the MG34. It's a good hit there. And looks like he was trying to salvage the AT gun. MG34 gets wiped. The other bazooka's still on the ground there. Jägerline tree may get wiped here.
Put everything on the lead element!
Oh, that Jägerline tree does also have a bar, which makes it a little bit more lethal. Very nice pick for the Jägerline tree. Oakshire player has lost, of course, a decent number of infantry squads, but still has a very good core of armor. The US player only has the one M1AT gun. The other one is still back here, needs to be claimed. He needs both of them. And right now the US player is about 2 minutes away of fuel to get out the Pershing.
Now, get men covering the approaches.
Saber round utilized. Bazooka's one pen. I think the other one bounced. Good pen there. Maybe not. Private squad falls back there. A couple more shots there. Rolls and misses.
Points are down to 300.
Right now, the US player does have more VPs, but that's going to be changed relatively soon. Back has a shot. Gets a direct hit there. He walks straight into that round. He may get wiped on out. Does. Now the OKW player is out of Volksgrenadiers. He still has good Panzer IV. He has a good amount of armor assets. I'm actually, with the amount of support weapons on the field right now for the US player, I think the OKW player should either go for the Left 18 or Stukas of Foos. And generally, I find the Stukas of Foos performs better.
Supply line just got cut off.
Yeah, I think he should go for Stukas of Foos rather than go for King Tiger. He's pretty far away in fuel. Just needs some more manpower. And Stukas of Foos could help him engage the various AT guns quite handily. Bounce there, good shot to the Rangers. Rolls and miss there.
Capture point.
AT gun sitting on up. Destroys the heavy cover behind for the rifleman. Captured MG34 firing away against the Oberhausen, but they are behind heavy cover. The Oberhausen picked up bazooka. That is not a good idea. A single bazooka is not great, and Oberhausens have good bolt action rifles, so that's a horrible idea. OKW Panzer IV advancing once again. He has not rebuilt an ambulance. Does take some bazooka shots. And one AT gun set up right here. Good damage there. Rapid squad gets fully wiped on out. Does drop the bar.
Is sustaining fire.
Bounce there. And it looks like the Sturmpires picks it up. I'm not sure how effective they are with one bar and one Panzerek. Quite nothing too significant. The US player has enough fuel for his Pershing. Needs more manpower. So may want to avoid reinforces himself. Like, probably should not reinforce the Major. Rangers here taking a bit of damage. They are FSC 2. FSC 3 is where they get the health regen out of combat. Good shot there, splashes those squads. He has rebuilt the Volkswagen gears.
Supply line just got cut off.
Wow, good damage there. AT gun starting to get overran.
We lost a gun crew.
Pershing is available. Gets bounced there. Bazooka rolls are bounced there. AT gun make it overran. Bundle grenade on top of the MG34. Does decrew the AT gun there. Pershing deployed in the field. Double taps the cannon worker, knocking it out. A major sound of one last roll, and these have to shoot button. Bundle grenade on, or a fragile smoke grenade there. Rangers advancing. Good damage there. Pershing advancing has prioritized fire turned on. This Panzer IV has injured 2 pens, ace down 4. 1 pen, ace on 4. You're now the sector assault being utilized. Does get the kill there, and now he's falling back, getting splashed over there. He no longer has a Russian squad, so he needs to get that out on the field sooner rather than later to get repairs going. But right now he needs to also repair some stuff, so falling back, wait for the loiter to subside is going to be necessary. We now got the Panzer IV advancing forward over here, and there's a radius, so the Pershing can advance over here and engage. And he has retained both of the pack houses. Need an ambulance for one. Barrage order in this general region. Get some great hits there. Bounce there. Eagle Infantry does fall back with all models alive. Not only sees a rearm hit there, here comes some loiters. I'm pretty sure those Stukas are coming for a strafe and not going off the map. Yep, here they come. That was anti-infantry strafe. I guess those were anti-infantry loiters, not anti-tank loiters. Oops, my bad. The US player got lucky about that. Pershing advancing. Low on manpower. I think signal for a rear echelon. Right now, the US player has 253 tickets versus 294. Going against US player, but he has time to recover. True mine being established here. The Pershing's starting to reverse on back. Got the captured the cannon whipper and M180 gun. Push away forward. Reaction squad on the build queue. Very nice. He also has a good amount of munitions stockpiled, so going for Minesweeper and Bazooka is not a huge issue for it.
Rear echelon squad ready for action.
And now we do have the King Tiger. Seen the Persian field, he can always go for Jagdpanzer. US player only has a single Pershing versus the King Tiger and the Panzer IV, but he does have 2 AT guns. And I think that's Major already. Yeah, improved Major already been summoned. Good pen there on the Panzer IV. Black Cap truck takes a hit there. Sable round there. The Kenworth is setting one up. 2 more pens he's done for. And I think got hit by a lot of stuff. Pershing needs to fall back, get repairs. AT guns can recover a retreat. King Tiger rotating with those AT guns. Kenworth may get killed. Yeah, it does get killed.
Allied AT gun
An AT gun, and when an AT gun does just back off of the corner. Major decap in the fuel sector, which the open player still need to utilize. Sesame 2 field. Goes on to smoke there. Pens the rear armor of the King Tiger, doing a grand whole total of 0 damage there. Second Russian squad in build queue. He really wants repairs for his Pershing. I understand. It is also already Veteran C1, which is quite nice. Veteran C1 does give access to improved acceleration, make it more responsive.
Krauts are taking one of our points.
Packhouse is falling back. The US player cannot afford an ambulance. Luckily, his Rangers can regen its own health. Rifle squad and the Major cannot. Nor that pack howitzer.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
I think pack howitzer is going to initiate a barrage order here. Pershing repaired up enough. Fires. Decent hit there. King Tiger now advancing. M118 on non this region. Reaction squads. Oh, that was the two models there. Very wounded. Pack howitzer rolls a miss there. Maybe a splash pen there, but nothing too significant. Major comes on the rear with a pair of bazookas. Bounces there. Annihilates that squad. Pack howitzers take no mercy at short range. And got now the Major falling back. Pershing damage. King Tiger less damaged. Good pin there. Good shot on the rifle squad. And right now, I still believe the King Tiger will win between a duel between the two. King Tiger has more health at the moment and has higher damage on his main gun. Probably 3 pins and the Pershing will go down if I hazard a guess. Sends a bounce there. We do have what appears to be a drop bazooka from the Major.
We're at 200 points.
Yes, down to 200 points. Oak deploys at 294. AT on the flank does get spotted. The light infantry do have good spotting range. They are a light infantry squad. I think we're trying to salvage that rather than trying to capture it. Though if the armor exposed, capturing was a good idea. Though it does give in there. The Oberstdorf bazooka actually being useful. Okay, maybe I can be a little bit wrong. And Beckenworth gets a good shot there. He needs to go some smoke rounds. He has enough munitions. Grenade thrown there. And there goes the Pershing.
Just lost a heavy tank.
Very poor control there by the US player. The US player has still good enough fuel, so Jackson I think is necessary.
We lost an infantry unit. They got wiped
He's starting to
out.
lose some squads. He lost his riflemen. Penrith gets a good pin there, but the Penrith is almost decrewed. Reaction squad may go down. This Shroom Pioneer does have
Allied
pan strikes as not as effective. A lot of that stuff can go down as well. Another Panzer on the build for the player. He is out of base MGs to protect this flank. He may take out the Rangers. It is a Vet 3 Ranger. And there goes the Rangers. He has nothing left, really. Company command post going down. Sherman pick on the build queue. I disagree with that. Jackson would have been better. Russian squad comes for a flank, trying to get some constructs off. Will decrew the pack howitzer. Gotta be careful. Here's the base MG. Does get it decrewed. Oh, there's also this base MG. Regular Sherman taking down the field. King Tiger does have bit dancer. No spearhead active. Rolls a bounce there. Reaction squads get some good pens in the rear. Low, late response there. Good pen there. Main got destroyed there by the bazookas. Great flank by the bazookas. Sherman tank, he's going to push forward. And there goes King Tiger 2, a flank bazookas. Very, very nice. Sherman tank now load up with high explosive, engage the Shroom Pioneer, which may go down. They're pretty stacked up. We do not have the Open Panzer 4 Pikes and rounds can't do much for this Panzer 4. Lots of bounce on the Open Panzer 4. Armor piercing rounds loading on up. And there goes the Sherman tank. Lots of bounce there from bazookas.
We just lost a medium tank.
And there goes the Panzer 4 as well. Okay, what do each player have left? Somehow this pack howitzer is still alive. This one is available. Rangers, fresh squad of Rangers being upgraded with Thompsons. We still got good Oberstdorf and good Jägerlight infantry. Oberstdorf does have efficiency 2. That's what they get all their accuracy buffs. And Jägerlight infantry not only efficiency 3, also have that bar, making it even more lethal. US player almost had enough fuel for another Sherman. Just needs one more fuel. Just need a lot more manpower.
Sniffing around our asses.
Oakwood player is about
Being captured.
half a minute's away for fuel to get another Panzer IV, but we need more manpower as well. Pack howitzer
Supply line just got cut off.
firing away. One on the field. Get a high angle shot, then low angle shot.
We're losing a capture point.
Bad thunder grenade. Of course, the bazooka there. His damage output decreased on the Oberstrassen.
Our supply line's cut. Germans are making a
US
push.
player has no real field control at the moment.
We've dropped to 100 points.
Sherman taking on the build queue, but he's
capture point is
losing.
under attack.
He will not be able to reinforce some of these squads until he gets enough manpower. I think the Oakwood player has a game. Has
The Germans just cut off our supply line.
let's see, that's a Volksgrenadiers versus a wounded ranger. He has short trip capture in favor. The US player is down, running out of tickets pretty quickly. But here comes Pack howitzer shot. Rolls a bit of a splash hit there. Does not decapture the VP. Major falls back.
We're getting the hell beat out of us. We got
Pack
75
howitzer.
points remaining.
Misses there.
They got us zero! They're coming up
Next shot could be pretty deadly there, but he's not hitting that squad. He looks like he's in within minimum range there.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Trim take forward in the field. Rangers can reinforce. That's the squad he should be reinforcing first. And we've got the capturing one AT gun siege down the structure.
Consolidate our forces. We're left with
And engage all those
50
buildings. Maybe a good idea to turn off prioritized fire. The US player needs to split up the squads, capture multiple VPs. Right now they're all blobbing forward. Some of the Russian squads should head to the left VP. Good frangible smoke.
Upgrade complete.
Both these squads falling back. Rolls some misses there. Another open transport in the build queue. Finds Sheer Transporters, who has not been fully repaired. Charge away forward. A good backdrop there, fires a shot. Slowly whittled down by these base flak emplacements. No crush there, but definitely gonna be a Panzerfaust. Got one crush there.
Power plant hit. They're moving on the flank. We lost the main.
Sherman tank goes down, and most of the US player has back to the game. This and great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Next replay is a replay that was submitted to me. It's gonna be a 3v3. Just give me a moment to load it on up. Oh, it wasn't 3v3. I saw it was named, it was 3 and 3. Oops, I am not very, what's the term? Smart. SMRT. Smart. Yeah, that's not original joke, so I'm using it. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Cup Heroes 1 replay, or 2, not 1. It's Spawn on the right side is a blue OKW player. We got Zargina. Spawn on the left side is the red US player. We got Eternal Sunshine of Spottel's Mine. As I keep on butchering my words. He does go ahead and vault over this stone wall there. And immediately build some stink traps. Rifle squad being employed on the field, not uncommon. Over here we got Volkswagens into Kugelwagen. Excuse me. When it comes to doctrine, US player could go for Mechanized, could see Urban Assault Company, as well as Tactical Support Company. All of them pretty good doctrines. Two of them have Calipes, one has Sherman 76s. The OKW player could go with Scavenge. I like this doctrine better for Jägerlight Infantry, because I like the infiltration grenades, which can be utilized by Jägerlight Infantry. Overwatch doctrine, the more common selection for Jägerlight Infantry, and the elite armor.
Target secure. Establish defensive line.
Our squad gets behind some good heavy cover. Russian squad advancing. Rifle squad trying to push on the flank and falling back to a bit of heavy cover there. Russian squad skirmishing around. He does decide to soft retreat out of this area. Kugelwagen can push way forward. Rifle squad's advancing probably to a bit of cover. Got a bit of a mix of heavy and light cover there. The foliage does interrupt some heavy cover. And looks like the OKW is saving up manpower. He may be going for Jägerlight Infantry. He's going for Volkswagens now. Maybe a bit of an oversight there. The US player's going for another rifleman squad as well. Volkswagen is soft retreat away. Sherman players might have a bit of trouble in this fight, but there's a lot of damage there for the Kugelwagen. Russian squad advancing. The Volkswagen is down to 2 models there, and the Russian squad is behind some good heavy cover, so the Russian squad should win our fight. We do have now the Sherman Pioneers advancing. Needs to retarget to it. Volley fire on to... Looks like they're more or less just attacking whatever gets a range. Does suppress down the Sherman Pioneers. Rifle squad's advancing. You need to send the one rifle squad down south. Kugelwagen does escape on out of there with minimal health. And looks like it does escape on out of there. Just have the rifle squad capture VP and fall back. These rifle squad's not exactly in great condition either. There's a fresh rifleman. And looks like nobody's captured anything up north. Volkswagen and Kugelwagen heading up north. Kugelwagen's going to just capture up some nearby sectors. Paul needs some repairs. We've got a second rear echelon squad on the field.
Rear echelon squad ready for action.
Russian squads are pretty good weapon carriers. Their bars and bazookas are still equal to rifleman bars and bazookas, including M1919 as well. He does also have the, let's see, this is increased armor pen for the M6 bazooka. Wait, I thought the bazookas were M8s. Now I'm second guessing myself. Volkswagen is taking a little bit of damage. We do have this rear echelon squad falling on back. We do have this rear echelon squad capturing this mission sector, while this guy is capturing the VP. Kugelwagen took some bullets here. Rifle squad will need to fall back relatively soon. We do have the Scavenge Doctrine on the field with some Scavenge Doctrine Jägerlight Infantry. And like I said beforehand, they do have excellent infiltration grenades, making them very effective variant of the Jägerlight Infantry. Volkswagen is firing away against the rear echelon squad.
The capture point is under attack.
And the rifle squad here does fall back. Lieutenant and rear squad forward, so the US player has deployed out a lieutenant. No ambulance just yet. And we do have the mechanized support platoon command post, who's going to be eyeing for maybe the Stewart, maybe for the utility car. Lieutenant taking some damage there.
Area secure! Area secure! Someone get us out of here!
Rifle squad does take a bit of damage there. These rifle squads are pushing their way forward. Russian squad as well. The Volkswagens do fall back.
We're losing a capture point.
Up north, we do have this Russian squad to capture the fuel sector. Nice thing about having two Russian squads is it means you have a lot of cheap capturing squads go around. You get some pretty nice fuel control by going for double Russian squad. He does also have 3 rifleman squad and 1 lieutenant as well, so his stated frontline infantry is still existent. Utility cars been pulling fuel, so may see some landmine deployments. Rifle squads need probably just focus on the Jaeger infantry to take on a bit of damage there. Luckily, he does not have the scope rifle. He's still getting his battle group HQ deployed in the field. And the Kampfwagen still at
Taking the field.
pretty much full health, so could have got some damage here on a flanking run. He's starting to push forward the Kampfwagen now. One Jaeger infantry needs to fall back. The other one does as well. And we've got the 2 Russian squad falling back.
Promotion just came through!
Kampfwagen rotating around.
Welcome to the Death Factory, boys. Stick with me and you might just make it. Ambulance, ready for action.
Utility car advancing.
Forward on. Go ahead.
Being upgraded armor skirts now.
Crowds are sniffing around our asses. Tactical point being captured.
Mechanic warfare setting on up, or that's the Jaeger infantry. What am I thinking? I don't know why I saw the cloak symbol thinking it was a mechanic warfare. Mechanic warfare being deployed on the field. I got a drive by here.
Contact. German infantry.
Drop squad advancing some heavy cover. Panstruck rotating along the flank.
Send orders.
Gets a good shot there on the utility car. Utility car should be able to escape on out there. Don't think one more Panstruck will not finish it off. The Rifle squad's getting some good heavy cover. It will stall out this advance, but they should be overrun. No, still does not have access to the G43 upgrade. Going for it now. And we do now have the Urban Assault Company. Give access to some Dozer Blade Sherman tanks, which will take an extra AT gun hit. Plus, they'll have access to white phosphorus rounds as well. The Russian squad finds some rifle grenades, making an excellent support unit. The amount of foliage in the center of the map, they can just simply skirmish around the sides to take some pot shots with their rifle grenades. It's a very nice upgrade, make them a very flexible unit.
Incoming! American infantry!
Lieutenant here does take a bit of fire there. Volkswagen behind some good heavy cover. Mechanic warfare rolls a miss. And Mechanic warfare does fall back there. Likely, if he did get a hit, probably won't secure the kill because they'll ride from nearby to overrun it. Though, the Sturm Pioneers push forward with a Panzerstrike.
Receiving effective
Rifle grenade does splash to Kampfwagen a little bit.
The enemy has cut our supply chain.
That rifle grenade may finish off that Kampfwagen. Does fall back in time. Down south, we've got the Jaeger infantry heading to the cutoff sector. Now I do have a lag on the build queue as well. Jaeger infantry, not fully camouflaged there. Of course, the utility car is a camouflage spotter, right? So you don't hide as well.
Ready for orders.
You heard me right. Fining guys for not having dirty uniforms.
Promotion.
Jaeger infantry takes a shot there.
Target that infantry!
Lag firing away. Would like to land here. Yep. Good thing he moved away. Volkswagens do fall back. They do not get to capture the fuel sector.
Ready. God damn it. Someone get us out of here.
Cutoff sector will remain decaptured, so nothing will be, no fuel income here. You push forward the Volks and Jaeger Line Infantry there. Utility car advancing. Rolls a miss there. Rocket grenade firing away. Rocket grenade there, splash the Volks Grenadiers a little bit. These other squads are falling back now. Do some good heavy cover, good split there. We do have the utility cars skirmishing around, hitting the Jägerline Infantry. Jägerline Infantry does fall back. Next light shot lands quite well there, so he needs to fall back to the Rifleman squad. Does have an ambulance on the field. And this guy needs to fall back as well, just won't get overran. One more rifle grenade there from this guy. He's pretty wounded here as well. There's also a shoe mine. Of course, we can see that. Great shot there onto the utility car. Fifty cal setting on up. Lieutenant moving around. Jägerline Infantry does get the first strike capability. The Jägerline Infantry with first strike means also he still had 2 members. Does get the one of the models there. Lieutenant model still is up and going, so he has his Thompson. We do now the Jägerline Infantry squad here sprints behind heavy cover, and now needs to sprint with the retreat button. May get wiped out there. US player wasn't really properly pursuing it. 50 cal suppressing the Volks Grenadiers. Does rip the well apart. Oh well. Rock squad has good heavy cover there, just trying to stop the cutoff point from being recaptured. Oh, looks like it may have wiped out one of the Volks Grenadiers. Though his opponent right now does have triple Jägerline Infantry. I think he should also keep the Volks Grenadiers unupgraded, so in case his opponent drops any weapons, he can pick it up with that Volks Grenadiers. I have a feeling this is probably a good spot for a light barrage. For the damage there, we do have a Pen Warfare shot somewhere. Looks like it hits the utility car. Great to like shot there. And since this line of sight blocker, he's able to push it nice and close and greatly reduce the scatter. This is how you really like to use your indirects. You don't want to keep them max range start firing away. They're not going to do much at max range. If you find a spot where they can get a medium or close range, they can do incredibly well. And that's actually how also I recommend how you should play your pack howitzers for the US as well. Since they have double range for their barrages, 160 range, you can make sure that their auto attack covers an area you just want to protect, and then try to place it all in a location where your barrages can reach. So you have a location where you don't need a micro and a location you can micro. Utility car straight forward, hitting the Jägerline Infantry. Rocket grenade there. We do also now have a Flak Panzer Austrian on the build queue. I'm generally not really a big fan of the Flak Panzer Austrian. It's one of those things that it's a new auction, you can go for, it's nice, it's good, but situationally, it's not always a good idea to deploy on the field. The US player right now has 100 fuel on the sword on up, and he's pretty close to get out a Sherman tank. And the Urban Assault Company does support Sherman play with the Dozer Blades as well as the White Phosphorus rounds. White Phosphorus, both of those abilities are incredibly good for the Sherman tank. And not to mention you get Rangers, a form of smoke/sprint. This doctrine is very good, but it sort of fell off a little bit. And he's been using the rifle grenades quite well this game so far. I see the US players playing this doctrine excellently. The only thing we haven't seen is Molotovs, which honestly are okay. Molotovs on Riflemen are just okay. Riflemen already have really good close range DPS, even more so with bars. They don't really need Molotovs. It's more of a situational, I want to put out garrison ability, nothing more.
One of our capture points.
Nothing's needed that they should spam out like Volksunier's incendiary grenades or conscripts of Molotovs. Because simply Riflemen don't really need the Molotov grenade. Black Panther also been heading up north. He's using the Valkyrie or Chronicle skin. I love that. I love overly ornate tanks. Good splash hit there. Rifle Squad does get behind some good heavy cover. And another rifle grenade. Jaeger Infantry got tired of playing catch and failing. They kept on. They are bad at playing hot potato. Because if you drop potato, it explodes. And yes, actually potatoes can explode. It's a little bit rare, but if you don't poke holes in the potatoes, they can actually explode in your oven.
A capture point is under attack.
It's not anything dangerous. Maybe a little bit of hot potato lands on you, but overall it's just a mess to clean up your oven.
Button her up. Big push coming.
Sherman taking now advancing. No high explosive rounds. We do have the Dozer Blade. We have a frag grenade there. And no response there. Sometimes the first frag grenade is particularly deadly. That could have been worse, honestly. He was pretty stacked up. Got a good pen there with the Sherman tank. Dozer Blade almost complete. Nice smoke barrage by the Sherman tank. A very well used Sherman. Cold fire turned on. Prioritized fire turned on. Yet there's a lack of actual fire in the field. Sherman tank needs to keep on reversing. Of course, Dozer Blade will start slowing him down a little bit. It does reduce acceleration or increase beefiness and utility. And with the nearby Volkshunters, he's going for a Panzerfaust or Panzerschreck. Panzerfaust, I got it right the first time. Gotta keep out of there. But we got the 50 cal to cover retreat, as well as a rifle spawn reaction along. And with Reaction Squad up to Efficiency 3, it gets that 5th man, making it have 25% increased health and damage. And remind me after this replay to plug my phone into my charger. Is that 8%? Rifle Squad does receive hits there from the Shirapan's quarters. Looks like overall he did lose a Jägerline Infantry somewhere. Don't remember seeing it go down. We now have Obersatzen on the field. Does have authorized Panzers. US player, not enough fuel for another Sherman. We almost enough fuel for a Panzer IV. It'll be a little bit of a luck roll who would win between a Dozer Blade Sherman tank who can take another hit versus the extremely high armor of the OKW Panzer IV. So it's a little bit more of RNG fest between the fight between those two. I want to say it's more weighted towards the Sherman tank at that point in time, but RNG can put its own weight on the scales. Sherman tank with high explosive rounds loaded. Black Panther also in here. He doesn't have to worry about being on point for armor-pierced rounds unless he really wants to kill it. Rocket grenade there. Gets a good splash in the Volks. We do have a US landmine here. That's M6, which means that's a tread buster, right? Yeah, that should be a tread buster, which means if an OKW vehicle runs over it, it will be fully immobilized.
Crowds are sniffing around our asses. Tactical point being captured. Return fire! Return fire!
It also takes a severe amount of damage. I think it takes like 320 damage, a significant amount. Something we casted there. I'm not sure what though. Majority? Must be majority. Yep, majority. Of course, for C1, not for C2. Does fall back there. Sherman tank is wounded.
We're losing a capture point.
Good damage there. Jaeger infantry needs to fall back. May still get wiped out there. Picking number 4 gets a hit there. Sherman tank needs to fall back. He can plant the Dozer Blade to crush through some of the whatchamacallit, shrubbery. And looks like he did lose that Jaeger infantry somewhere along this line. Now I've got OKW Panzer IV on the build queue. He has some manpower to work with. He could go for another Jaeger infantry, or maybe just go for another Oberstdotson. He has a Sturm Pioneers in the field, so he has extra repairs. He does not have a mechanized HQ. He's inside the Sherman tank. Sherman tank lid on up. Armor piercing rounds. Rolls and miss. Rocket grenades. Not going to do much there. What is... I guess these Russian squads have played too much Battlefield, where they just throw grenades at tanks. Will they still do that nowadays? The last Battlefield game I actually got into was Battle Company 2. Everything felt downhill from there.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Russian squad took some damage there. Does fall back there. One of the Russian squads could come over here and get some repairs on the Sherman tank. Panzer IV up here does get spotted by the 50 cal and the rifleman. So he does fire some shots over there. Now I've got another SWS half-track in the field. He does go ahead and deploy the dozer, so he's able to crush through the hedges. Actually, no, it's not actually deployed. I forgot that. Just it does increase damage against the crab a little bit. That's a good shot there. Good pen there. White Frost was summoned there. Very nice. He has 2 Sherman tanks on the field. The other one's knocking up those blades. Force by the ground there. No high explosive rounds, but White Frost makes it so you don't really need too much high explosive. Sherman tank receiving some repairs. OKW flak panzer advancing.
Regimental HQ for mechanized units will be hit.
Mechanized HQ going on up. We do now have a good shot there on the Sherman tank, who's being upgraded Dozer Blade now. If he unloads, the upgrade will have to be restarted.
All sectors. Ability now ready. Tank upgrade complete.
He does get the Dozer Blade upgrade. Got us now a squad of Rangers ready to lead the way. Not enough missions for any upgrades. Oh, Flak Panzer also gets a pretty good volley there on the Major. Falls back there, brings in the Major Artillery here. It is 52, so it does get the improved Major RD.
We are at 200 points. Tank ready. Sherman
Good splash hit in the rifleman. Rangers advancing, got riflemen is firing, they're now both fresh C3. Fresh Eagle Infantry, or that, is that fresh one's unvetted? Do you have more major artillery being summoned? That could be a fake barrage. It was indeed a fake barrage. A little bit of damage there. He can get a snare onto it now. Great shot there on the rifleman.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Does get a shot there, but heavy cover does save him. Oh, we got some crate barriers. I have no idea what's the purpose of that right there.
Overrunning one of our capture points.
Rifle squad in front of heavy cover. Stun grenade there, very nice. Yeager infantry firing from distance. So there's a crate barrier there. I guess he just wanted heavy cover there. Some barriers provide heavy cover. You know, it's been maybe a year since I last seen that ability actually being utilized.
A capture point is under attack.
Ice with round rolls and miss there. Does get a bit of a splash hit there. I think that did pen. The heights with round got a good hit there on the Yeager infantry. No swapping ammo types. And that Treadbuster mine still here. Yeager infantry needs to fall back. Got now the scavenge artillery, showing the major what an artillery barrage actually looks like. Granted, it is a minimal barrage. We now have a Calliope now being pulled in the field. Gets good damage. Utility car does take a hit there. Landmine still here. Kind of getting shot onto nothing at the moment. And the Like does go down there. He also got a wipe here on some Volks as well. Those things out of Volksgrenadiers, 2 Yeager Infantry, 1 Obstrassen, and 1 Vet 5 Sturm Pioneer. Pikes and rounds loaded, rolls a bounce there. This is not War Thunder. That won't instantly kill him. Far from it, the exact opposite. Sherman tank advancing down south. He has armor-piercing rounds loaded up as well. And he may just want to fall back. He falls back, he can try to lure him onto that Treadbuster.
Points
No.
are down to 300.
Rifle grenade. And rifle squad kept the VP. The US players at 299, the players at 188. Great shot there by the armor-piercing round. The armor-piercing round of the Sherman tank is equal to the Cromwell gun. It's a good gun.
Capture point is being overrun.
You don't have to load up pikes with rounds of gauge infantry as US. And now got single bazooka rangers there. Discounted triple bazooka rangers. Major sprint straight forward. Fires his 2 bazookas against the Black Panzer. We do have now the Oak Panzer 4 straight forward. Ranger squad does fall back. Gets a pen there. Both these players' armor is just wounded. Battered, bruised, and beaten. This Sherman tank does hit there for the cannon whipper. He can still withstand a shot there. Does. The Dozer Blade just saved him. Now these guys are pretty stacked up. He needs to get out of the radius of the Flak Panzer. Falls back there. That is effectively for the cannon whipper. The River player is taking some losses. He has enough fuel for another Panzer 4. Maybe he's going to go for a Panther. Against 2 Shermans and a Calliope. There is an argument made for a Panther, which also the Sherman tanks do have Dozer Blades. Yeah, there can be an argument for a Panther. Yeah, Panzer is quite nice, but he also does need some anti-infantry, so maybe just a Panzer IV would be best.
Mark us for duty. Squad is back. What the hell am I meant to do with these? God damn it! Someone get us out of here!
Drive squad once again in front of heavy cover.
Krauts are taking one of our points.
It looks like he's in some sort of form omnidirectional coverage because he's not taking
Our
any
right
damage.
position now has some ordnance
Yeah,
behind
that
it.
there he must. Is this rock omnidirectional heavy cover? Rock squad advanced by 4 gets good damage there onto the Shun Pioneer. Because that should be a fight that the Oberstdorf should win. Period. Because a Veteran C0 Oberstdorf without any upgrades will beat a rifle squad, even in Veteran C3 without any upgrades. So this must be acting as omnidirectional heavy cover there, this rock. Actually, it's vaultable as well. I am not sure what to make of this terrain object. It must be improperly coded. But that's definitely getting affected by heavy cover there, or at least by light cover. Because there's not shrubberies there, so it could have been light cover there. But there's a pretty good backdrop there for the Panzers. And the Ostwind fired one shot before reloading. Got a great amount of damage between the two. Yeah, seeing that Panzer IV shot was direct hit there, but only took damage, no losses there. That had to have been omnidirectional heavy cover. So this thing may be a bugged map object. Sherman takes out advancing, more or less.
We're losing a capture point. We're losing a capture point.
Good pens there. Looks like there's 2 bazookas on this Ranger. He can always get a third. Sherman takes advancing. Panzer IV does take a pen there, and a pen from a bazooka. Landmines, Treadbuster landmines still exist. The utility car is also still alive, SC3. So Paula can go around laying down some more landmines, though he's been doing a good job consuming these munitions.
One of our
Bounce
fighting
there.
positions is sustaining fire.
Sherman takes out advancing, fly through rock barrage to somewhere. 1, 2 pens. And I think this will go down 2 more pens. And does get the 2 pens.
Down the hatches.
Got pretty lucky with RNG there. Throw some smoke there on the Shearpan's quarters. He could probably just take time and focus fire ground there. A bit of damage there onto this other Sherman by the other Panzer IV. Good pen there. He is getting pretty lucky at the pens overall, I believe. Third, or should I say 4th Panzer IV now in the build queue.
Reinforced and ready to go.
Ooh, good hit there.
Shoot up here!
Does focus fire the ground there, or fired and just missed and hit the ground in front of them, or at least all the shrubbery.
Target secure! Make it ready!
Tread boss is still there.
A capture point is under attack.
No minesweeper on the Shun Pioneer. Does get some pens there. What was that? Was there a bunch of light AT mines there? I think the US player deployed a large field of light AT mines from the rear echelons. That's actually quite interesting. Let's see. I'm going to just try to skim on the map. It's difficult to see those light AT mines, but I think those was like a handful of light AT mines too close together, so they chain reacted. Versus squad there does fall back.
One of our capture points.
Looks like the Treadbuster will not be found there. The Okotobi player is also out of Diego Infantry. Good shot there. Blackie Rock Barrage engaging down south. Get some good damage there. Another Sherman on the tank on the build queue. US player right now has double cover in favor, and looks like will remain.
Down to 100 points.
Good damage on the Sherman Pioneer, but he'll stay alive for repairs. MG turtle forcing on up. Got the Scavenger Artillery Barrage in this region.
Tank ready.
Treadbuster is still alive.
Gun crew.
Third Sherman tank on the field. I'll go for some more Dozer Blades. The Bazooka squads can hit a bit significantly. And I think there's more major artillery summoned there. Those got summoned on the choke point, on the entrance / exit to the base. Sherman tank gets a pen there. Now Vector C3 versus Vector C2 Panzer IV. Vector C3 does get the increased gun targeting and rate of fire. Does eat some explosive shots there. Don't know if that did enough to reduce the number of Pens required to kill it off. Quite a bit of damage on the Sherman tank. Bounce and pen there. Good amount of efficiency on the Sherman tanks, plus the radio net's always quite nice. That's Vector C1 ability. Other Sherman tanks way back home. It's in a control group of all these guys. Why else would that guy be reversed and move to the edge of the base? Double pen there. That Panzer IV may go down one shot. These Panzer IVs, one Panzer IV goes down. It's a good pen there. Okotobi player is down to 50 points. And has currently triple capture against him, trying to decapture that one. Reaction squad's firing away. Of course, about the Sherman Pioneer decaptured new Northern VP. Central VP decaptured, Southern VP decaptured, so it's completely neutral. A lot of despicable neutral VPs. Rifle squad here. Oberslausen should defeat them, but now the utility card caused some issues for him.
Looks like we're getting into the excitement.
Rifle squad major falls back. Gonna take time to not destroy the 50 cal. Double capture favor the Okotobi player. Right now, Okotobi player has 259.7 tickets, or the US player does. Black Panzer also in the build queue. I disagree with that. With a number of Shermans to tank on the field, I think he needs to go for another Panzer IV or for a Panther. He knows he's fighting against triple Sherman, barring the Sherman Calliope. Black Panzer also is only anti-infantry. He needs more anti-tank. Looks like he didn't necessarily have enough fuel for Panzer IV, because when Austin was 100 fuel, and right now he has 35 fuel left over, so now he would have had enough for a Jagdpanzer, which would have been another better choice than the Ostwind. Rocket grenades firing away, splashes the Oberslausen. Sherman tank takes a miss and bounce. We do now have the Blitz, combat Blitz active there. Sherman tanks reverse on his back with the radio effective radio net. Bet 2-1 could just simply get a flank and hit the rear armor. This guy's falling back there. No Treadbuster landmine there. Stuff could just simply draw fire. Losing flight is not a massive issue. Losing the Panzer IV is a bigger issue, especially 4 and out of VPs. Shame we didn't see a bunch of explosions at the end. By the way, this ain't great saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And before I get started for the next replay, I'm going to take time, restart the game, and then use the restroom. We got the VRAM cache, and then probably do a 2v2 next. Please give it a moment.
Sega.
My apologies, I am back. On to a 2v2. Let's see, not one start in 6 minutes, but since we also done with OKW, let's try to find one Veramok and maybe some new Brits since we've done US and... oh, we've only done US. So try to find me Brits and Soviets. Double OKW. We could just probably just do this one here. This one seems reasonable enough. Granted, max up prestige is not necessarily guaranteed skill. Just make it give a chance of less skill, since somebody's lower rank is less likely to be adequate, as opposed to somebody's high rank. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be good. That's more or less my philosophy. Greetings everyone, and Grade here from another Company Heroes 2 replay. Spawn bottom right side as the yellow US forces. We've got Kano, the Mean Man, who's immediately gone for the Recon Support Company. Spawn north side as is Soviet blue Soviet ally. We've got Saja SN 1375, who's immediately going for tier 1. So we've got a little bit of difference here. His opponent will be the red Veramok player or austere player, JRP CMIR 1317. As simple as similar names. And as the OKW ally, we do have Rhino with a capital 0. We do also have the breakthrough doctrine selected, Penals on the build queue, and got the standard MG42 into Grenadiers. Russian squad into, and got the Recon Support Pathfinder. The lesser of the two Pathfinders. Do now the Penal Squad push way forward. MG42 here, Grenadier as well. You now have the Kuvagan here. Sturm Pioneers captured the VP. Sturm Pioneers soft retreating away. We do have now Commissioners get hit by the MG42. Your squad takes some pot shots there. Rock Squad hitting the VP. Commissioners of course get suppressed down. We do now have the Penal Squad push forward, able to find the Grenadiers. Pioneers advancing. Pioneers, those are the Penal Squad just soft retreat away. Overall, looks like both sides not able to get any decisive victory against their opponent. Penal Squad behind some good heavy cover, while the Pioneers and Grenadiers are in open ground largely. Rifle Squad, IR Pathfinders, and Rear Echelon Squad here, and 4-2 here. They're rotating their fire. Of course, the USR is not probably going for grenades, which when he has access to IR Pathfinders. Kupa Barrage is going to save his munitions for the artillery barrages. Ooh, and that Kupa Wagon got ripped apart. Rifle Squad, Rear Echelon, or they just rip apart Kupa Wagons, no problem due to the high rate of fire. Second IR Pathfinder has been put on field. I don't really think 2 IR Pathfinders are all that great. They only have 1 scope rifle, so they're inherently weaker than the airborne counterpart, even though they bring artillery, but that is expensive artillery. Rifle Squad does take a bit of damage there. Both those squads do fall back. Aimless is on field, and this guy may need to fall back sooner rather than later. He is a little outnumbered, though he is behind some good heavy cover. Bolton is advancing. There is a ditch there for a bit of light cover. But now he can stream Pioneers, I'll be a guaranteed win, and does force him back. Doesn't drop any models there, so Aimless will heal them up. Soviet mortar deployed field, so gone for tier 1 into tier 2. That's unusual. Soviet mortar is a pretty nice asset. Oh, that's a smoke round. I thought it was going to be a very good high explosive. Smoke makes sense as well. Penals advancing. We do have now M42 being established. It looks like we've got a second MG42 into a third Grenadier. Suppresses down 1 Penal Squad.
Headquarters has been improved. We can now build light mechanized infantry.
Now got a Maxim being put on the field by the Soviet player for maximum firepower. Penal Squad hitting the garrison. There are 31 sides. Not a great garrison, but 4 members. It's reasonable. Soviet mortar firing way. May want to be targeting this guy here. He's static. Does somewhat dodge it and somewhat miss. M42 hitting this other Penal Squad here. This M42 does have range of that garrison, so start sieging it down next as long as he has vision. Mortar hikes with barrage there onto the MG42. Not a smoke barrage, he doesn't need to smoke it out, he wants to remove it. Great hits there. Grenadier is taking some damage there. If he gets this model down, he will not be able to catch the squad sector, but decides to fall back either way. LMG Grenadier in field, I think that was a bunker there for a medical bunker. And we do also have the Battle Group HQ here. As Fusiliers advance pretty far forward. And right now the Allies are having trouble with fuel control. They have lost the fuel sector and the munitions sector. The Axis players are going to be swimming resources relatively soon. Do now the captain now advancing.
Has been set. The static post is now in operation. Officer ready to be deployed.
Maxim fire rate gets good hits on the Grenadiers. Got these forces now advancing. Do now have a Storm Officer on the field. Both the Soviet player and the Wehrmacht player has both not selected doctrine. Plans goes in that garrison. Soviet player can go for shock rifle frontline tactics, constant support, or the Soviet shock army. Maybe a Soviet shock army the best for the 150mm mortars. But there's probably an argument to be made for all of them. And for the Wehrmacht player, the Austere player, Spearhead Doctrine, German Infantry, and Lightning War. So he needs an LMG in the field, so German Infantry is less and less likely to be useful. It's probably not going to get the 250 half track, and so Stormtroopers are a little bit middling of a unit unless they have G43s. Lightning War is quite nice. Tiger Tank is always quite useful, super close air support.
Our territory.
Spearhead can also be nice. He has no mortars in the field, and mortar half-tracks quite nice, and of course Tiger Tank as well, with constant overflight and fabrication bomb. And finish on off, we got Panzer Tactician, so it's a very good doctrine. He knows to fall back. Captain in Pathfinder spawn field got a satchel charge. Does hit the Pioneer quite hard. At least 3 of the 4 members. Frag grenade there, stick bomb, and falls back. Good dodge there. 2-2 now advancing. And got a Maxim here and the mortar going to be displaced. You have a single squad of Pino Pieteresses. And now we do have the airdrop combat group. That will also give him access to not only a paratrooper, but also a pack howitzer. He is deploying it. I can see the crate. There it is. This airborne squad will have access to other upgrades as well. You have access to the Thompson double bazooka and the M1919. M1919 is just generally the best. You can always get bazookas from the barracks. Does crew up the pack howitzer there with the Russian squad. Very nice. Then I just heard a weapon rack.
Contact! Infantry across our line! Let's give them back to full strength.
Pack howitzer firing somewhere. Looks like this garrison, I believe, is the destination of the barrage. Looks like maybe barraging right there where that MG was. This player has catapulted the captain and probably has the structure fully upgraded. Yes, it does. Wipes out that squad entirely. Very nice. He has quite a bit of a blob of units, along with some peels straight forward. The OKW player doesn't have too much in the field. Does have true panzer quarters being built now. Has no fuel for panzer authorization, but that's about it. You'll probably get a overclass in the build queue. The Loxine arguing for MG34, and also probably still a good idea to go for a Kenwerfer. Tushu does flank the Maxim. Kino squads push their way forward and hit that 2-2 a little bit. And 2-2 does go down to a handful of PTRSs. Fresh pop of them, I believe. Both as PTRSs up there. Master and the... Oh, Greyhound. Interesting. Greyhounds, I wish they were good. But it's hard to justify the Greyhound generally when you have when you can just go through for one line. My mod changed quite a bit, so it actually made the Greyhound useful, and actually the standard unit you can actually build rather than the Stewart. The Stewart you can have even more fun, because I made it so you can get it one field with just using manpower. We do now have the MG42 getting smoked out. Packhouse are getting some good hits there. 18 gun and Panther connects on the Greyhound. Greyhound's falling back. Good hit there onto the Panther squad. It's actually pretty close for the structure being destroyed. Packhauser destroyed the structure, but he did evacuate in time. Grenadier is firing away.
The HQ has been upgraded. Medium armor
Good splash hit
and
there.
artillery is now available.
Upgrade is completed. Back up to full force.
Open in Plum Field with an LMG as well. Pathfinders are being upgraded with the M1919s. Good hit there.
MG42, get down!
Grenadiers and MG42 sitting on up over here. And do now have tier 3 built as well. Greyhound advancing. There's a pack, his team is pack 40 in the region. Grenadiers just used medical supplies on themselves. MG42 advancing. Pack howitzer rolls a miss there. Up here, got now some shock troops advancing. Will find the MG42. Does not cast some smoke. Does cast some smoke. Greyhound firing away. Pantrek rolls a miss. Now we've got the Rush squad falling back. Rolls a miss there. Looks like he's hitting the wheel hand cart there. IR Pathfinders and there's just a lot of firepower there. Bit of a US blob advancing. Pack howitzer rolls a bit of a miss there, but the pack howitzer get one good hit, and that squad's probably done for. Drum officer persuade forward. Canister shot there. Looks like it largely did nothing. Good splash hit there. Pack 40 rolls a miss. Drum officer needs to fall back as well. Drum fighter's not in a great position either. MG42 on the flank does get forced back. Got some Obuslassen over here. A battle group HQ here. Forward retreat point has been researched by the OPW player and got the Panzer IV now pulled in view. The Soviet player has the Soviet shock army. So we saw the shock troops, we see the 120mm mortars, we may see the T-485, and we may see the 152mm artillery strike. We'll probably not see armored vehicle detection. And the Austrian player has just now selected the doctrine Spearhead. So we've got Reconnaissance Overflight, one of the best abilities, doctrinal abilities, entire day. Rolls a miss there with the M182 gun with Saber rounds loaded. That's a pen there. Yes, and it can still withstand one more shot, but will fall back in time. Austria, Panzer IV now full on the field. The Oakland player, or the Soviet player, I believe, is lacking any AT still. Well, P&O PTRSs. I don't like them. But some players do like them. I don't like P&O PTRSs. P&Os have excellent anti-infantry. I just don't like jeopardizing the excellent anti-infantry. Su-85 on the build queue. He does have a couple Su-85 bulletins. Increased armor penetration of 3%, and of course, as well as the tank destroyer, gave increased armor penetration by 4%. Effectively giving 7%, but that's actually not necessarily the case. It's actually 1.03 times 1.04. So it is actually multiplicative, where it is multiplicatively insignificant. But the S-35 should be incredibly reliable. I mean, they're already pretty reliable, so they're pretty much almost guaranteed to be reliable. Does get a full wipe there. Airborne dropping on in. Pack howitzer gets a good shot there. So he does have a radio beacon nearby. Right there. Obuslassen does manage to keep on there. Panzer IV push back the captain. You're now the Maxim there, hitting the Sturm officer, and Grenadiers can set the Garrison. Garrison has plenty of health to work with, but the 150mm mortar can really rip it apart, and I think P&O PTRSs as well. We've also got regular Soviet mortar can help out. Maybe a satchel charge can really help out. That was a good hit there. Su-85 advancing, does get suppressed by the MG42. Falls back to the formation there. Mortar getting hit by the Grenadiers. And does get decrewed there. Don't go for Panzerfaust. You can't get the engine crit. It'll be a waste of munitions.
We have 200 points remaining. The enemy is taking.
Oh, he's grabbing the mortar. That's actually unsuccessful.
The mortar team has been
It was a good try. I understand why you can go try to grab it. Mortar's always quite nice, and Soviet mortar is an incredibly reliable thing. And that mortar flare is quite nice, in case your opponents keep on shooting down reconnaissance overflight. Reconnaissance overflight. We've got some white phosphor being blown field. Very spicy air, spicy smoke. Greyhound, fetch C2 now. Overstossen can rip apart. Overstossen squad does fall back there. Jackson goes Q now for the US player. And the Russian squad does fall back there. Force forward against good damage on the Shun Pioneers. Great hit there by the Pack Howitzer. And we do have Jackson Blue Q. I do like seeing Jackson. With this powerful infantry he has, who's been reigning supreme, he needs more anti-tank than anti-infantry, so the Jackson gives him a hard AT option. Sometimes when you just have good at one front, you don't necessarily need the greatness of the Sherman tank. You just need the greatness of the Jackson. Rock grenade there, splashes some Pinos quite significantly, but that's pretty much about it. And just push forward. Of course, we do have the breakthrough doctrine, means eventually, yeah, I got Tiger, possibly. And got some sort of artillery barrage here. It is the Soviet 152mm artillery strike. I think the US player could go for another air drop counter grip. He has enough manpower. And another pack house could be quite nice. I'm thinking the US player should go for that. Good pen there by the M1AT gun. Good pen there by the M1AT gun. Jackson advancing. Oh, look at that. He hopped out the crew of the Greyhound and put inside the Jackson there, mitigating infectious C1, which so he has immediate access to the HEVAC. Very, very nice. I love when players do that. Auto grenade there. Gets a bit of a hit. We do now have a major artillery barrage being brought on in. Engineers push way forward. Oh, we have a miss there. Engineers do fall back. Pino PTRS is pushed forward. Does get good in there by the X-35. And good volley of the PTRS there hitting the Panzer IV. X-35 now back on off. Has take aim active, no longer active. Those guys do fall on back. Mortar, I think, being barraged onto the AK-40. Nope, he's hitting MG-42. S-35, of course, needs some repairs. He has no doctrinal repair ability, like most Soviet doctrines have. I think there was a full squad wipe there. Maybe not. Mechanized HQ being pulled in the field. Looks like the Oakwood player has lost his sheer panzer supporters at one point in time. Wasn't paying too close attention to that. So he's probably going to eye for the King Tiger next. He is getting pretty close on field for King Tiger. Now got the assault artillery barrage there. These guys not get hit all too much. Greyhound can hit a little bit. Airborne's one needs to fall back. Everything falling back there, and now got fragmentation run. Got damage here. Looks like may have destroyed wiped out the Soviet comm engineers. Jackson getting repaired on up. Greyhound needs repairs as well. So player's going for another S-35. He needs to go for another combat engineer. Just need a little bit more manpower. Shock troops engage the Student Pioneers. And shock troops do survive.
Destroyer ready.
We have now S-35 deployed in the field. Do have a squad of combat engineers. I hear Panzerwerfer barrage.
Ready for assignment.
Wehrmacht Panzerwerfer does roll a miss. Try to hit the blob. Wipes out the one penal squad. Very good frag. A little bit lucky there if they're a poorly timed retreat. Captain does fall back there. Right now the Axis have pretty good VP advantage. Transfer rolls a miss there. Garrison destroys, the best stay out of it. Wounded S-35 pushed forward. That thing is severely wounded. Does get double tap there. That was very poor choice.
Suffering vehicle losses.
White Foster's being brought on in. Got the Shroom Officer falling on back there. Major there. Got now the Airborne Squad. Paratroopers advance way forward. Rocket Squad advancing as well. Those out cooked frag. Major there. He can bring in some artillery upon his to cover his retreat. VP not being decaptured. Shumpiners can get forced on back. Transport there. Jackson gets a pen. Greyhound is wounded. It looks like the kind of work for their dedicated squad. Cooked frag there on the Schumofficer. Does not wipe him out, but got pretty close. And those shock troops do get fully pinned there by the MG42. I think we're going to see some sort of barrage here. High explosive smoke. Good smoke. Or high explosive. Does avoid the Panzerwerfer barrage. Jackson versus C2. And now we do have the Tiger Tank blow up by red. Magenta is King Tiger. He has enough fuel, just needs some more manpower. Tiger Tank push way forward. Jackson does retaliate. Force heading down south. Jackson keeps his distance. Yellow may need to go for another Jackson. Blue still has an S-35 in the field. The US player still has plenty of infantry, that's why I think another Jackson would be better. Greyhound, not going to be too particularly useful anymore. He could probably just try a second location to provide some cover. Does force retreat the airborne squad. And I think there was a canister shot there wiping out the Shroom Officer, or aid in wiping him out. Very nice. Rolls a miss for Jackson. Shock shoots straight forward. Throws out a grenade there. And we've got hikes and barrage there on the forward HQ. Not enough munitions for any other artillery barrage. Transport for barrage. Splashes quite a bit back here. And the Soviet player does not have enough for a chain of salvage charges to engage Battle Group HQ as well. We're now second SU-5 put on the field by the Soviet player. I think this next item should be a Katusha. Or could make an argument for an AA half-track. Does lose the Shroom Pioneers. Magenta appears to be AFK, which would be a bit of shame. Red still has plenty of assets. It'd be a shame if his teammate just backs out the game. He looks like he's microing his Panzer IV. There's a 120mm mortar timed barrage. Destroying some various assets over here. Magenta's moving forward. Maybe it was a lag spike for him, which would be a bit of a shame as well. Battle Group HQ started going down. King, or regular Tiger Tank, took some damage. King Tiger now floating the field, so we've got a lot of big cats. Panzer IV goes down, which was the least Special C2. Grenadiers make it wiped out by the shock troops. Shock troops looks like hitting other squad largely. Nope, now he's hitting this guy here. Does not escape on out of there. Red is falling back to that other Grenadier as well. SU-5s are advancing. Got packed in the region, but nothing really provide protection there. Big 4-2 need to set on up.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
King Tiger heading down south. Magenta needs to get out some Stone Pioneers for repairs. At least one. Cancel with barrage, close range barrage. He does retreat on the back. Battle Group HQ has gone down. Red needs eye getting to pulling out his teammate a medical bunker. Help his teammate out with that. Both of them are not super high in manpower, but they're not dry on manpower. Plenty of blood still left in the manpower to squeeze out. Huh, both of them have the exact same munitions right now. How did that happen? Got fragmentation run there. The US player has decent munitions stockpile, and I'll just spend some munitions somewhere. Magenta is going for a Squad of Stone Pioneers. The repair HQ is going to take a bit of time. The Okada player is not in a great position. Oh, and I think the X player is back to the game now since the game's now paused. Yep, looks like it. This is Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. I probably have time for one more replay tonight, but I do need to utilize the restroom again, so I'm going to take time to restart the game. It's always a good idea to restart the game after a 2v2 either way. I've been drinking a decent amount of fluids. Right now my AC is out, and so I've been drinking cold fluids to stay cooled down. Let's get moving.
Sega.
My apologies, I'm back. Let's finish up the day with a hopefully good 2v2. And maybe some of Brits, since I've not cast Brits yet today. Though I've cast quite a bit in the past. That should be reasonable enough. Like I always say, max prestige doesn't necessarily give a good indication skill, just may give an indication of lack of skill. Yeah, remember when Cold Tech was in the game? I have a 50% chance that most players have never played multiplayer with Cold Tech enabled. Those were honestly not great times. It's more of an annoyance than anything. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Couple Heroes 1 or 2 replay. It's on the north side as Yellow British. We got Kuramor. Was that name well enough? And spawn as the US forces, we got Machete. On the south side as Austere player, Magenta Austere player, we do have Friends 99. And spawns a red Okuda player, we got Koa. And every single player selected a doctrine. We got the relatively rare defensive community doctrine, give you access to all Strupen and the Pack 43 and the Stug E. So it gives you more of a transformative doctrine. For the OKW player, he has selected the Breakthrough doctrine to get access to Panzerfusiliers and Yag Tiger. So they have two sources of heavy AT. The British player has selected the Mobile Assault Regiment, does immediately bring in some recovery sappers, and the US player has gone for the standard airborne. So, standard play here, not very standard. Oh, think of a follow, Red Crimson with a H at the end. I don't know how to pronounce that, my apologies.
Knock it off and listen up.
Rock Squad heading down south for the winter.
Listen up.
We do have all Strupen actually being deployed in the field.
We have new units.
We got new units of Ostrupen. You can count on Ostrupen. I really hate how they nerf Ostrupen in the final patch of the game. There's a very little reason to go for Ostrupen now, since you can get them. Now you have to build the same structure as Grenadiers. Of course, this Ostrupen or Grenadier would definitely be disagree when fighting against two squads there. The Ostrupen squad needs to fall back. This guy needs to stay back. He's getting hit by two squads there, and there's a lot of damage. Not too much damage on these guys here. Got the MG42, however, does not get any volleys off there. Ostrupen protecting the flank of the MG42. More, a third squad of Ostrupen deployed on the field. Pioneers in the region, MG42 3 packs on up. Rifle squad trying to flank the MG42. Okay, MG42 hits the rifle squad, suppresses him. Can you put a camera of your face somewhere that isn't... No, I'm not a rabbit. Fox. Don't you see the tails? You now have the Ostrupen firing against the Pathfinders. Pioneers now pursuing the Pathfinders over here. Ostrupen now advancing, trying to pursue him. And the Pathfinder, I think, may be going inside the garrison. Does. There's, of course, there is 3 windows over there. It's a decent spot to fight from. Ostrupen not in any sort of cover, so they get 50% less accuracy. When they're in cover, they do get plus 300% accuracy. It's weird how it's actually calculated for this guy. Pioneers get behind some light cover. Ostrupen gets behind some heavy cover, so they now able to fight. Up here, do now the Volkswagen backing off. We've got a Panzerfaust onto the Universal Carrier, being upgraded to Vickers K. And we'll be safe enough for now. We do have now a captain deployed in the field. The Russian squad could come over and help out repair, but we've got the recovery staff from the region getting some good repairs here as well.
Upgrade all done and given a polish.
Infantry squad.
MG42 on the flank. We do have now the Oberslassen squad behind some good heavy cover. Pioneers laid down Tellermine, very nice.
I suppose you have orders.
New job, sir.
Cooper, prepare for orders. Stand ready.
Pathfinders. Panzerfusiliers advancing. Volkswagers behind some good heavy cover. And the intersection does capture the munitions sector there. Panzerfusiliers advancing. That little bit damage there does not mean to receive an upgrade. has not deployed out any HQ, or at least got any converted HQ, quote unquote. Infantry 42 force back the captain. The Russian squad does get AoE suppressed down. I hear some wire there. Volksgrenadiers, not Volksgrenadiers, Panzerfusiers. Oh, I'm saying all the wrong words. Ostruppen. It's been a while since I last said the word Ostruppen. Volksgrenadiers has a good light cover. We do have a slit trench there. Now, 55 caliber sniper being deployed in the field. The cannon warfare trying to find an opportunity to gauge the universal carrier. Got a decent amount of wire there. I think that was supported up by the British player. Recovery sapper does get inside that slit trench. Got the intersection inside the slit trench, but looks like only 2 guys are firing. Got the line of sight blocker here. So not a great slit trench. Throws a incendiary grenade there. Looks like 3 guys are firing. Now we've got the intersection behind some good heavy cover there. We do have now the Ostruppen firing some good behind some good heavy cover there, while the Pathfinders sneak inside the garrison. Which 2 windows, not great. Even though they do have 2 slot weapons, more of a squad you want to have all guys firing. Panzerfusiers backs them off, took some damage there. They're going to get overran by all these forces. Cannon warfare dancing around, no Panzerfaust there. Retreats back with cannon warfare. These guys need to fall back real soon. Volksgrenadiers do fall back, and now this Volksgrenadier is going to be focused down. And everything does fall back there. Just got tidy units there. Ostruppen failing. And got a telemine there. Infantry 42 protecting the flank. The far flank got a MG42 bunker trying to protect this cut-off sector.
We are losing a sector.
But it's still being upgraded. No medical bunker just yet. And do we see battle phase? We see battle phase 2 being researched. No tier 2 being built. Trying to skip tier 2. Probably needs to get a squad of Panzergrenadiers on the field, honestly. He has a bit of manpower to work with. Ever since they reworked Ostruppen, they're just not that great. When they were a tier 0 unit, it means they could actually be deployed in the field in a forward position quickly. And now, since they are locked behind tier 1, it's very little reason to go for them. The best thing about Ostruppen beforehand was the fact they could just simply be on the field. They were able to rush to a location first, which is something that Wehrmacht could not do to begin with, while OKW and the Brits could, and the US doesn't have to take time to build a structure, nor the Soviets, in order to get out their basic infantry unit. Do not have a Panzerfaust being casted there onto the M15.
Enemy forces are securing
Ostruppen do fall back there. We do have this suppression on Ostruppen. Try and go for more Panzerfaust. In 15, backing on off, but not a reverse move. Panzerfaust does connect, so just needs another one off, but he's probably not going to get it. He has lost his reaction squad, no forward repairs. Nor Minesweeper, which means this telemine will not be swept. Ostruppen will start crawling away, but the scope rifles start picking off a good number of models there. This Ostruppen is in cover, so it doesn't have its accuracy penalties, or it always has a. Here's how the Ostruppen works. It has always a minus 50% accuracy penalty. Then when it gets in cover, it gets an increased accuracy by 300%, effectively giving them plus 50% in total accuracy, I believe. It's a weird unit. I just don't like how it's set on up. Volkswagen is behind some good heavy cover. The cannon whipper does roll a miss. The 55 caliber sniper does get a good shot onto the Volksgrenadiers, and got double 55 caliber snipers. M15 full repairs, pressing on the Oberstdorf, Ostruppen. We've got some incendiary rounds here. M15 needs to keep his distance. He is in range. He's out of vision range. Ostruppen. And got a half burst there. Must got caught reloading. You have some light AT mines being established here. Very rare asset to see actually floating field. Intersection does fall back there. Got a rifle flare there. Very nice. Infantry 2 getting some chip damage on the M15. Doing some decent work there. Trying to get the incendiary rounds active. And he does manage back away during the reload sequence. Smoke rounds being summoned. Looks like only one guy is not being affected by smoke. We got the Panzerfuzilier G43s firing away. Sledge Trench is about going down. Bit of suppression here. Volkswagen is straight forward. Here comes the next round, which will probably... Nope, next round, lag shot will destroy the Sledge Trench. We do have the Panzergrenadier seeing a severe amount of damage. Now the Pioneer takes some damage there. That squad will fall back. We do now have the Royal Engineers hit some fire. Got a bit of smoke there from the Royal Engineers. Ostruppen getting overran. Got the Captain and Pathfinder here. Ostruppen severely wounded. Does he not have medical bunkers yet? He does not have the medical bunker yet, which means he is disintegrating.
We have a forward structure under attack.
Those Pathfinder's gonna have a field day.
Forces are securing our territory.
You now have Panzerfusiliers falling on back. There's a splash hit there. Over here, do you have the Rifleman squad taking some damage. Ostruppen open ground, so they have horrible accuracy. And the Panzergrenadiers does force back these guys. He needs the medical bunker. He does get it deployed in the field, so he needs to fall back the Panzergrenadiers sooner rather than later. Probably the Ostruppen as well. Volkswagen is now advancing. Garrison still technically up. The M15 currently firing away against the Ostruppen here, and we got the Pioneers taking some damage as well. We do now have the Ostruppen behind some good heavy cover. Now we've got the incendiary rounds being utilized as well. Preloading them will last for another 25 seconds. And now we've got an Austere Panzer IV being put in the field, and as well as an Austere mortar.
Enemy forces have 300 points.
Oh, looks like got a pretty good burst there, but does manage to escape on out of there. And we got some pyrotechnic smoke. This section will fall back as well, unlike it will be wiped on out. This player deployed out. That's the Major, so he has his final tier available. He has almost no fuel for a Sherman tank. We probably should see a Sherman tank. Magenta does get out his Panzer IV. Red has a Stuka Safus on the field. That was a side tech I was not eyeing. Of course, he can always go for a Jag Tiger later on, but we'll need quite a bit extra fuel for that, and not to mention the Sheer Panzer quarter, so it needs 120 fuel for attacking, plus another 15 for the Sheer Panzer or for the SWS half track, so he still needs quite a bit of fuel before even able to even think about the Jag Tiger. There's splash it there. cap track trying away. Super Smooth is not currently firing at the moment. We do have now the Panzer IV. Look at shot there. Still got the Teller mine here, which is very important. Does take a pen there from a Firefly. And looks like he will not be lured onto the Teller mine. Firefly gets direct hit. Only one hit there. Only gets blind crit. And he may find the Teller mine. He's at full health though, so it'll be 2 pens from AT gun. Nope, it looks like he will not find the Teller mine. Though the thing as well, with this retreat possible path, he could reverse into it and die. Rose roll bounce there and miss there. See over here, that's the M242. There's no pack running field because of the tier 2 skip. Firefly advancing, red. Does get the kill there. Kind of for rotating around. Gets a pen there. He looks like he's going to run into that Teller mine. Runs to the Teller mine. Off-Schuppen, not enough munitions for a Panzerfaust. Needs 10 more munitions, so 15 seconds. Got a light AT mine there. Got some smoke there, which actually is great for the Off-Schuppen. Gives him cover to advance, stay alive for the Panzerfaust. Panzerfaust is available. Panzerfaust needs to be cast. All Volkswingers does secure the kill there. So Panzer IV down, but Firefly down, so it's better for the Axis players in that situation. Also got pyrotechnic flares there. Off-Schuppen open ground, and like I said beforehand, their horrible accuracy means they're going to do no damage while in open ground like that. And I just saw something explode here. Must have been senior rounds rather than another landmine. So it looks like the US players lost some vehicles, and now we do have a Stuka E deployed in the field. Very nice. At this point in time, it probably is a good cheap asset that provides anti-infantry support for his inadequate Off-Schuppen. And looks like a light AT mine was splashed. Ooh, great hit on the 55 caliber snipers. But light AT mine was detonated. Let's see. He has one for the forward assembly medics, which means 0 population consumption. More expensive, more population availability. Couple pens there, and a miss there. Jackson not pulling field. Gonna be severe overkill versus Stuka E. So yep, I still think the Sherman tank was a better call than the Jackson. Though against all the Off-Schuppen in open ground, they're not going to do much damage there. Panzergrenadiers advancing. The only threat he really has to worry about here. Super Smooth Barrage. It's actually coming over here. Then is a lot AT mine, and largely was missed. I think the US player was just simply scattering to get into heavy cover, not scattering for that to avoid that. Excuse me, to avoid that barrage. So, but either way, good dodge there by the US player. Stuka E fires a bit of damage on the Pathfinder. I'm not a big fan of Stuka E overall. I find it a little bit middling quality. Gets a bounce there. No, Panzerfaust does not get the crit because of the bounce there. Jackson. There. Push away forward. Side siege on the bunker because now we've got Pack 40s. Campbell could rotate around, but maybe taking some 55 caliber sniper shots. Maybe at one point in time. Bunker has been destroyed. Jackson backing on off. Now we've got the Pathfinders falling back. Pansfiles does connect onto the Jackson. There's splash it there onto the Obsrasen. Rough Squad does fall back. Got the Shroom Officer and the Volksingers push forward. Bit of damage on the 55 caliber snipers, would not secure any kills. Bit of lag shots there onto the intersection, getting some decent damage. Not a barrage or just auto attacks at the moment. Grenade, oh, no pyrotechnic flare. First round could connect, but it's probably going to arrive a little bit late. We got Outfront gets a good shot there onto the Vet 3 Universal Carrier. Suxafus, it sounds like a partial Suxafus. 1, 2, 3, so it looks like he interrupted his barrage.
German Firefly complete.
And we got some Y phosphorus there. Captain's not liking it though. We got some sort of, I think, major artillery there. Still deep to forward, let's get a shot. Good pen there onto the Stug. Scott straight forward, gets a decent hit there. Pack forward connects, double pack forward connects on the Scott. Austrian defenseman forward, thanks to his teammate. There's now plenty of light cover for them to utilize and get their accuracy bonuses.
Artillery positions are ready to
Stu gets an okay shot there. Stuggy. Good pen there, and that's a flanking Firefly. Gets it abandoned, which a missed shot could actually accidentally kill it. The Stuggy can be reclaimed, which would be a minor victory. Stuggy has been obtained. Austrooping does fall back there. These guys are quite wounded. And looks like he's trying to use the Scott to barrage this area. Nope, he's hitting the Pack 40s. Stug-E just creeping away. And looks like the Stug-E does find a Scott shot. Shroom Officer and Noblesauce and advance way forward. Looks like a bit of damage there on the Universal Carrier. Or slightly more than a bit of damage. It is now down. Officer takes some damage there. Good focus fire by the 5-man squads. Obsassin here, and another Suxafus barrage. Nails one snipers. Bundle grenade there. Gets a decent hit there as well. Kenworth needs to fall back. With probably trying to pursue the Universal Carrier. And he is going to rebuild the 55 caliber sniper. Don't think that's a great idea. This player has over 1,000 manpower, has 1 fuel cache. They have 3 fuel caches there. So somehow the US player can utilize the fuel. Generally, you don't want to go past 2 fuel caches, is my rule of thumb. Stuggy does take a shot there. Good hit there. Bit of damage there on that rifleman. Do now have a land mattress barrage trying to hit the leg. May decrew it. Good chance he will decrew it. Looks like he does manage to creep on out of there. Austrooping now firing for some cover there. Jackson backs on off. Got double Scott here. He also has plenty of munitions for more P-47, so if the Axis players actually deploy armor, he can hit it pretty hard. So one Jackson's probably actually adequate. It is specialty 1, so we can bring in some PVAP. So he may not need any more AT. with P-47s. We do have Red does have the shooter transporters on the field, can eventually go for the Yag Tiger, but maybe better at this point in time to go for the King Tiger, since they're also lacking armor assets. Firefly got once, wait, this one, I thought this was the one that killed off the Stug. Maybe not. The Firefly was also a bit of a bad call, since no armored assets. Probably should have gone for Karamo, Churchill, or Comet. Which path did he take there? Neither at the moment. He has plenty of fuel there as well, so maybe a good idea to go for some Churchills. I do have a bias towards Churchills over Comets. And since they're lacking sort of any sort of real armor, so Churchills should be excellent. Pack 43 now being employed in the field, and here comes a Workman Barrage. Then mortar hits there. Pack Howitzer gets a good hit there on the mortar. And also Panzer Grenadiers immediately got ripped apart there, probably due to the Pathfinders. They are have at least one bar. Looks like it's just the one bar.
We are losing a sector.
The British player's going for a second Firefly, which is not a good idea. They just are fighting against armor. We do now have a Panzer IV on the field, which I understand. But for the Firefly in the field, and a Jackson, I'm not sure exactly what armored. I think it would be a good idea to save the King Tiger. Both snipers do manage to escape on out of there. And we've got now the Pack 40 direct hits the Jackson. If it gets another hit, and it's done for. Does double tap the Jackson. Something I should also mention as well, something I always repeatedly mention when it comes to the Pack 43, it gets directed on the Scott.
Tank destroyer is ready for orders.
Scott, the Pack 43 cannot be smoked. It has no problem targeting through smoke since it's world piercing. Does take up the Osttruppen there. Pack 43 is out of range. Osttruppen advancing. Nothing here to stop to actually engage the Scott there. The Stug E is just inadequate in this situation. Panzerfaust the Jackson for some odd reason. It had no damage on to it, so that was a complete waste of munitions. And this infantry section has a MG34. Locomotive player has lost his Overstossen, still has plenty nice mixed composition. And right now the US player should start eyeing to barrage that the Pack 43 with some various indirect fire. Would be Scots, or he has a Pack Howitzer, right? Or just all Scots? Yeah, he does have a Pack Howitzer. Double Firefly skirmishing around on the flank. Just simply lacking proper targets. Single Panzer IV. It will hard to counter a single Panzer IV, don't get me wrong, but that's just a single Panzer IV for two Fireflies. That's why I say Churchill would be more than fine in this situation. Plus, it does get a bit of a tank that's a tank, and a tank that's a DPS. Though, no healer tank. Mercantica does not exist in this game. And supposed to there. Oh, and we do have another land match here. Looks like he does large avoid it. Does eat that grenade quite significantly. Now we've got a Vet 5 Sturm Officer, so now the Sturm Officer model has a STG, which is not currently alive. Firefly is a little bit wounded.
We lost a gun crew.
This guy could go down here. Does not. Firefly advancing, Pack 43 not rotated this way. Should have been range of Pack 43. I think that was a rifles flare there. Yeah, Rifle Flare was summoned. Double Panzerfaust firing. Does get some good damage there. Pack 40 engaging somewhere right around here.
Our foes have 300 points remaining. Increase your efforts.
Volkswagens do fall back here. And that all shooting gets ripped apart. The Pathfinders can't pick it up. Not sure what one of the squads can. The Major can. Oh, he looks like this guy's, any of those squads was able to. It's just that I had trouble actually selecting the player. Good damage there on the captain. Stogie is starting to fall back. I think that was the mortar splashing the terrain there. Yeah, the mortar's hitting the castle turret. And we've got a target weak point there on the Jackson. These could hit follow-up shots there as well. Grabs the M42 of the Pioneer squad. British player has not gone for hammer nor anvil. Bring down the anvil. I watched enough Tom and Jerry to know what an anvil does. Just recreate this game, recreate it in Tommy and Jerry. We do now have the Pathfinder up here, gets good shots there. Fresh Ostrupen. Probably should not have deployed out fresh Ostrupen. Probably should have just gone for more Panzer Grenadiers or regular Grenadiers. Oh, I think even a Flammable for Pioneers is generally better than a Ostrupen at this point in time. Especially in this point of game. Do now land Master's Barrage raining on in. He does largely avoid it. Bit of damage on the Roro Engineers. We now have the Fireflies pursuing the Panzer. Panzer goes down. And there's some Mechanomorphers on the, or a Mechanomorph on the flank to ward these guys from going further. But it's probably just safe just to pull them back. I think the White Phosphorus found the Pack 43. It's probably at 0 health. And we do now have Major Artillery. In fact, it's going to be improved Major Artillery. I wonder if this will one-shot it. It has a little bit of damage onto it. Major Artillery is not exactly high density of rounds. Does get some good crew damage. Didn't do any sort of gun damage there. Nope, the density is nowhere near enough. Got only a little bit of gun damage. Pack 40 connects on the M8, all-strokes gun. Smoke does nothing. It may interrupt line of sight, but that's it. It does not stop the... But Pack 43 does not rely on line of sight.
The enemy has destroyed an anti-tank.
As going to do this straightforward. Do have the Vet 3 Pathfinder here. Vulnerable grenade has been thrown. No response. Eats it pretty badly, but does fall back. As this is stayed in heavy cover, so 50% less damage. Here comes the Land Mattress Barrage. The Pack 43 does get decrewed. Sticks a barrage somewhere around here. Splash the sniper a little bit. That's about it. Black Half-Track needs to stay alive to help shoot down the P-47. So Sheer Panzer's okay against shooting aircraft. Not really a hard counter, more of a soft counter. Any sort of other flak unit is a hard counter to the aircraft.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Pack 43 finds a hit there. Gun's pretty damaged, and there goes a Jackson. Land Master's Barrage running on in here. Oh, and that Pack 40 is now down to 0 health. Mortar hits there. Now we've got a Wehrmacht Panther. It does decrew the Pack 40 once, or Pack 43 once again. Panther's probably a good idea to help siege down or take down those Scots. But right now, Red is in a bad position. She lost Shirapan's quarters, has another SWS half-track field. He has enough. Yeah, go for the King Tiger. Don't deploy out the Panzer HQ.
We are down to 75
But then again, King Tiger will have trouble versus double Firefly. Right now, it's not looking good for the Axis player, to say the least. Oop, and looks like this Panther took a bit of a beating there. Well, looks like we'll escape on out of there. Has one Pioneer on the field, another one on the build queue. Got another high barrage there.
Pioneers ready for assignment.
So we got the Cannon Warfare take some damage there. We have the Volksgrenadiers
We lost a gun crew.
taking a bit of fire. Got another Pyrotechnic Flare. Got the Cannon Warfare now being resecured as well. Double Scott, double Veteran C2. Very nice. Could dismount them and throw the Veteran into Jacksons if they need to, but at this point in time, they don't really need it. Recovery Sapper will go down. Axe players down to 63 tickets. And also, Central VP gets reclaimed. More so, we got something magenta on the other VP. All trooping off the point. As grenades push forward, I think we're going to see a bundle grenade. Bundle grenade has been thrown in a good position. Get some good damage there. Wipes out one of the Pathfinders. Yep, not necessarily on the point. Now he's on the point. That's the point. We do now have the light taking a bit of damage from the intersection. Volksgrenadiers closing distance. Here, land match barrage. Probably trying to hit these guys here. Double land match on the field. And we've got the Scots now engaging. One land mattress does go down. The other one will soon be going down. He has no way to really finish them off. We do have now the assault artillery right there. That's what causes issues for the US player. His base is skimming at the edge of that barrage. Oh, something exploded there. He's abandoning that region. Very good. Good withdrawal there. British player, I think, lost an intersection right there.
Ready to be used by all units.
Not sure exactly what squad he lost. Also, was the yellow decorator exploding. Scott takes a couple hits there. And got Jackson hit there. Does force fire ground there. Finish it off. Very nice. Pack 43 not existing at the moment. Good pens on Jackson. Pack 40. And there goes Jackson. Fire. Yeah, the blitz there. Main gun destroyed crits there. Tulips missed. Pack 40 is falling back. Panther needs to keep on running. Pack 40 was fully destroyed. And looks like a failure to retreat there by Magenta.
We have lost a Panzer.
Good pen there. But, of course, it does get easily decrewed. Spruce Barrage running on in
Destroyed an anti-tank
our left side. He has reported Shirapan's quarters. And going for a Panther. Something a bit more mobile. Against all the Fireflies, could be better to go for Jagdpanzer. A third option you can do to fight against the Fireflies is by not deploying any vehicles and make them completely worthless. Got a Pyrotechnic Flare there. Rounds should connect in about 3, 2, 1. No, they just started firing there. There's an airburst. Land matches will get decrewed there as well, so both land matches are down.
Killed the land mattress crew.
Wipes out that squad as well. And now we have a Church on the field too. Very nice. Panther deployed in the field. Still E here. Jackson now advancing. And he's actually going to throw the smoke to cover the land mattress retreat. Is he actually going to grab a land mattress? It looks like he's doing it. Other Volkswagers could try charging forward to salvage the other.
100 points.
Panther advancing. We'll have trouble versus the Fireflies, who are especially. Oh, they're both pretty wounded right now. Wasn't paying attention to that. Russian squad is trying to support out the repairs. Axis players have 55 tickets. Allies are at 184, so the Axis players do not have many tickets remaining. But the Allies don't have too significant either. We do have a LMG picking onto the Pathfinder. It's going for their own M1919A6 as well. You have the sector artillery in this region, and that's why these artillery rounds there.
Got us at 30, fellas.
Repairs. And Shroom Pioneers do fall back there. We do now have another Jackson build queue for blue. Panther here. Red has a pretty good mixed composition. Magenta has decent composition as well. Going for a Grenadier. He's giving up on. He's going for all trooping. Churchill advancing, taking a lot of hits there. The smoke there is not. He's force fighting the ground with his Fireflies. Double taps and tulips. Very Dutch Fireflies. Hands Tactician there by the Black Half Track. Does take a hit there, but that may save his Panther. Good smoke there. Very nice. We now have this Panther forward. Does find 2 Jacksons and a Scott. Jackson needs to keep his distance. That one's severely wounded. Panther needs to keep on falling back. Got a Pack 40 here. No landmines as far as I can see. Gets a pen there. Jackson was revealed by the shot. No Panzerfaust there. Scott engaged in the Panzer Grenadiers. US player also has quite a bit of. He could actually use the P-47s. He still has 800 munitions for P-47s. I think at this point in time, with this many VPs remaining, he should be hyper aggressive with that. Thank you for the follow, Eyes920 Fire. Welcome to the stream. White Foster's being summoned there. Castle turret, now very smoky. That's not how you light the flames to summon Gondor. And now we got a land mattress barrage shooting out in. Oh, takes out the 55 caliber sniper. Yeah, the captured land mattress barrage. It took a moment for my mind to fix itself. Let her land up there's this barrage. That got nuked. Squads moving around the flank. We do have the Volkswagers here. Bit of wire applied by the British player. Tommy being a little bit worn now. And there is a traversable path there.
Airdrop runs now available.
So you got a good hit there on the Stug E. Jackson now advancing. Good pen there. And now the Stug does go down. Pack 40 falling on the back. Got a shot there on the Pack 40 over here. MG42 flanked and getting nailed. Pack 40 gets a pen there, but probably won't secure the kill. Got now the Wehrmacht or the OKW Panther rotating over there. And line side blocker. They just hit, stop, move, stop, stop, and now in range. Rear squad of bazookas will have trouble with this guy. And does get hit there even more. Could go down there. Dark weak point active. Does get out of range.
Armor ready.
Allied Landmaster's Barrage was raiding on in, or I'm not sure what was in Pack 43. That may be an Allied Land Mattress. Flamethrower, Minesweeper Squad needs to fall back, has no useful gun remaining.
Standing by.
Panther takes out the Scott. May need a combat blitz activated. Got evap activated. Good pen there, and send the pen in return. And it's on the fall back there. The X players have 33 tickets, capturing the favorite. Allies are down 106. So this game will continue.
What's the job?
Churchill, it needs repairs. Repair squad needs to capture up the VP, so he's going to do
100
both.
points left.
This will be a prime target for some sort of artillery barrage. I think I found the artillery barrage unit. I think I found the other artillery barrage unit. X-Players have a double capture in their favor. Got a unit here. Maybe a force retreat would be useful. He has plenty of munitions, so force retreat can help him win the fights. Obitossen just trying to get on top of the point. Here comes the Land Match Barrage. We've got both these guys really stacked up. One gets wiped out.
Unit lost. Dash
Gets a point captured, which is important, but does lose a squad. This point remains secured. And we do have a Panzerstrike equipped Panzer Fusilier. Needs a Panzerfaust off. It does not have anti-tank rifle grenades. Force by the ground. No anti-tank rifle grenade there. Bounce. And I think there's another bounce there. And Firefly decides to threaten the crush order, so he decides just to fall back, which is a good idea. Everything falling back there, we've got the Volkswagens. He may just want to just stay on top of the point to make sure it remains secure. Volkswagens tend to do the same thing as well. Pathfinders getting very warm. And the VP is now being decaptured by the paratroopers. So yeah, the Volks always try to stick around the capture. Does have to be careful of the Churchill. Fireflies providing pathetic support. He could throw a Panzerfaust onto the Churchill, but that would just be annoying at this point in time. Nothing too critical. Black Half-Track firing away. Vet 2 Ostrupen trying to get on top of the point. Got a good Pack 43 hit there onto the Jackson. Does not follow it up. And Ostrupen gets on top of the point there. Now the point's being reverted. Panther here. Black Half-Track takes some hits there. Pack 43 rotating, the current group by Ostrupen that matters, which actually does means they're very vulnerable. They have a large target size of like 1.15. Pack 43 fires a hit there on the Churchill. And use target weak point to stun something if you need it. Looks like a rear squad on top of the point there. Black Half-Track goes down. Jackson advancing. Reinforcement bunker here. Got a concrete machine gun bunker there. Pack 43 trying to rotate around, hit the Jackson. Panther needs to use active combat blitz to get reduced receive accuracy. Panther connects, massive crushes there. Took out the entire Sturmofficer. Reinforcement bunker there, get there, reinforce, push forward, maybe secure up his teammates. Here comes P-47, it's the first one in the game, probably the last. Panther survived. Panther will not survive. More strikes there. Pack 43 still alive. This guy's not really alive. You have now Pioneer here with Minesweeper versus a Bazooka rear echelon. So equally poor on both sides. Paratrooper paradrop bump in. Does find Interfor 2. Suppressing. Won't start securing until they're fully landed. So he may get fully pinned. Does get fully pinned. But he can just stay there. Let the one guy die so they stay out of park. But suppression will be a slow recovery. Pack 43 fully destroyed. Pioneer gets wiped on him out. Magenda's going for another Panther. Panther Shreks connect.
Air resupply is now available.
Oh, the officer's still alive. He must have crushed the Oberthalassen then. He crushed one squad entirely. Oh, that's all I know.
Infantry squad getting green over here.
RE sappers reporting in.
Got a captain fate against the Axis players. They're down to 29 tickets. They still have time.
The capture point is being overrun.
They have approximately a full minute before they lose the game. Good shots there. Got the Panther squad taking
They're
some
down to
beating.
25 points.
We got this Volkswagen hitting over here. This point is secured by Panzer Grenadiers. Just keep the point, that point secure. Dog on the point.
Has arrived from the fatherland.
Wehrmacht Panther. And this Volkswagen should just stay on this point and dogpile it. Fight to the last. Concrete bunker is down. Yes, I think got a machine gun down there. Oh. The game's over. I think the Axis players surrendered. Oh, no. I'm not sure what that was about. Sherman tank on the build queue. I know all the OKW structures are online. Usually that's like a big cause of lag spikes. Good shot there onto the Volks. Volks are just stupid wiped up out. Points looking to be captured. Panther taking a bit of beating. And another lag spike there. At the current rate, I wonder... Is game over? Could be the Axis player that surrender. Oh, there it goes. A lot of times if it lags like that, the game's over. Does take up the Panther. And, looks like Magenta lagged out of the game. Maybe bug splat, it's hard to say.
Section is waiting for orders.
Good pens there. So now Red has to play with an AI, and that's the problem. The AI is abandoning the VP over here. Got a regular Sherman tank push forward. Now the Panzergrenadiers, nope, they're moving.
Grenadier squad is ready. Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Do not have an airborne paratrooper squad in the field. At this point, being almost decaptured, a double capture for the Axis could result in a win. Airborne squad para dropping on in. The AI banned the region. Could the AI? But this point's being captured. Resulting in double capture for a moment, and then it's going to be a neutral capture for now. That's Faust there. No, don't retreat back. Okay, the AI managed to secure the rest of it. You can't trust the AI like this. The Axis players may have lost the game because the AI took over.
Under fire.
Central VP being decaptured.
Air resupply is
Yeah,
now available.
I think the Axis players have lost the game because the AI took over. Because this point could have been contested for a very long time from that Sherman tank. And now, now there's going to be a capture in favor. Oh, what a bad way to end it. I think the Axis player, yeah, like I said, if the Panzergrenadiers would have fought and died there, fought the last man, the Axis players would have won. Because the point would have been held for quite some time, and that would have been double capture past triple capture, resulting in game over. The ag tag goes down. Schumpeter's center, but got... Actually... No, we got, this is being captured up here, this has been captured, so we've got triple capture in favor of the Allies, and that's going to be game over. What a bad way to end it. And that is the end of the replay. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. As mentioned beforehand, that shall be my last replay for tonight.